so what is, this is the calendar, okay, so number one. Sir, can I have your name, please?
Bill Albert Turner.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
It's Bill Albert Turner.
Oh, yes, okay, great. Good evening, you're here today because you have new charges. Let me look at that. That's of organized retail theft, use of an artifice and burglary. Do you understand why you're here today?
Yes, sir.
Does the state have a position on release?
Your Honor, we're requesting $15,000 bond with pretrial services. He has pending charges in Graham County. He was arrested, I believe, a couple days ago for similar charges. And he's got an extensive criminal history, and he's maxed out on all scales, a 6 and a 6 on the NCA FTA, and he's got an NBCA flight.
Okay. Counsel for the defendant?
Your Honor, because he's already being held on a $15,000 bond, we'd be asking for a lower bond than the $15,000 the state's requesting. Although that was just imposed a couple of days ago, I mean, he hasn't been able to post it. He is unemployed and doesn't have a significant financial history to be able to afford that kind of bond. He does have housing and support with his daughter, should he be able to pay it somehow. So given those factors and the nonviolent nature of this offense, we'd be asking for a $7,000.
Thank you. I'm going to take the following actions in this matter. I'm going to set this matter for a preliminary hearing on October the 28th at 1:30 p.m. in Justice Court. That date may change. Sir, I'm appointing the public defender to represent you. I'm going to impose the following release conditions based on a $15,000 bond, that is cash or secured bond. I'm going to order that you have no contact with any alleged victims and not return to any incident locations. Sir, if you post all those bonds on our release, you must maintain contact with your attorney and appear at all future court dates. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck to you.
And Your Honor, this is a Spanish interpreter. There are no Spanish speakers listed on the list, but I don't know if that's been verified.
We can try to ask the jail if they know.
Okay.
Didn't I give you Turner?
No, Your Honor, no Spanish speakers.
Okay, there's no Spanish speaker, so you're good to go. Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.
Do you have any that are crossovers from county felonies? No. Hi, can I have your name? I think you're muted.
Sorry, Your Honor.
Alejandro Corrado, Your Honor.
Hi, I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today on a, oh, I have the wrong file. Can I have the railroad back? Sorry, sir, you're here today on charges of aggravated domestic violence, aggravated harassment. Do you understand why you're here today? Did you say yes? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
No.
Counsel for the defendant, I'm having a hard time hearing him. I don't know if he's responding or.
Just a moment. you'll get more information later. Sorry, Your Honor, could you repeat whatever you asked?
Okay, sure. So you have some internal complaints tonight that charge you with aggravated domestic violence and aggravated harassment. Do you understand why you're here tonight? The allegation is that you've committed acts of domestic violence, and because of the number of those acts, it's now felonies. So that is why you're here today. And the person sitting next to you is an attorney that's here to assist you. Does the state have a recommendation in these two cases?
Your Honor, one interim complaint is a former girlfriend, the other being two victims, his parents. We'd be asking for separate $25,000 bonds with pretrial services, just based on the sheer number of DV priors. He's on numerous DV probations, and he also has 2 pending misdemeanor DV offenses, as reflected in the criminal history section of the pretrial services report.
Okay, thank you. Attorney for the defendant?
Yes, Your Honor. So, I don't believe that a $25,000 on each charge or each interim complaint incident is necessary. I mean, that's essentially $50,000 for someone who is verified homeless and disabled by his father. He doesn't have any prior felony convictions, and it looks like his parents don't object to his release. He is already being held on a $750 bond in misdemeanor court. Doesn't look like he's been able to pay that to get out. So given that, Your Honor, we'd be asking for a $5,000 bond on each.
Okay, thank you. What I'm going to do is take the following action. I'm going to set a $10,000 bond, cash or secured on each case. I'm appointing counsel, obviously in all cases. I'm going to impose standard conditions of release, including no acts of domestic violence. Don't return to the scene of the crime. Don't have any contact with any victims, based on the number of cases that are going on here. And again, I'm appointing counsel to represent you, sir. In your next court date will be October the 28th in Justice Court. That date could change and your attorney will be in contact with you. Do you have any questions, sir?
I don't even know what's going on, man.
Okay. Well, your attorney will talk about that, but you have court coming up in the next week and a half, okay? Thank you, sir. Hi, can I have your name?
Mario Gomez, Mario Cesar Gomez Jr.
Okay, sir, you're here today because you have 3 warrants for your arrest. Do you understand why you're here today?
Yep. Thought there was only 2.
I show 3.
Gotcha.
And they're all out. One is out of Copper Court or Justice Court. One is out of Pioneer Justice Court. And the other, I believe, is out of Pima County Justice Court. Or you have a new charge, I'm sorry.
Is that the 3rd one out of Pima
Yes,
today?
yeah.
So it wasn't a warrant?
No, that was mine, was mistaken. I'm sorry.
I'm scared there, Your Honor.
Okay. So let's talk about your Pioneer Justice Court. That's in Santan Valley, Queen Creek area. What I'm going to do is set a bond of $200 in this case and direct that they pick you up after you get resolved here with your other cases. And I'm setting the bond at $200. So that's between the counties to coordinate that, depending on what you have going on. You also have another Pinal County case out of Oracle Justice Court. You failed to appear in Oracle Justice Court. That's in Pinal County as well. What I'm gonna do on that charge is set your bond at $200 and give you a new court date of the end of the month. But again, it depends on when they can transport you and arrange for those. Now let's go on to your new charge. I'm going to release you and give you a new court date on the new charge of November the 18th. And that's in the Pima County Justice Court with Judge Steele. Standard conditions will be remain law abiding, no firearms, no weapons, and no contact with any victims. That court date's going to be at 8:30 in the morning. So you're being held on your 2 out-of-county warrants and you're being released on your new charge. And your total bond is $400. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions?
Do I pay that bond tonight here or is that paid somewhere else?
You do it through the jail. You should talk to the jailers about that and they can explain the process.
And then,
Then you have to
I heard
go
you
to those,
say-
you have to go to those courts though. So if
Yeah.
you are post the bond and you are released, you need to contact them within 10 days. So you should call them and say, I posted bond. I would wait until next week so they can get the paperwork and then they'll tell you when they want you to appear. It might be different than what we've ordered here based on what they're doing. Okay?
So,
And if you don't contact them within that time periods, they could issue a new warrant and forfeit your bond.
okay. And then, am I able to get out of here then if I post bond today? Or am I have to wait till I go to wherever you said?
The total bond is $400. If you post it and you don't have, I'm not aware of any other holds you have, then you'd be released. But you need to go to those
Oh.
other court.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
All right. Good luck to you.
See you.
With the mails.
Oh,
Hi, can I have your name?
Ryan King.
Did you say Ryan King?
Yes.
Okay, you're here today. I think you have, let me count them up. You have 10 different warrants for your arrest out of Justice Court. Do you understand why you're here today? You understand why you're here? You didn't appear in court. What I'm going to do is set your bond at $100 in each case with standard release conditions, with additional conditions, no contact with any victims, don't return to the incident location. I am appointing Jill Gulkin to be your attorney on all of these cases. And I'm setting you for a court date tomorrow at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah, so
Is that a Catholic attorney?
I'm sorry.
Is that a Catholic attorney?
I don't have the answer to that question.
Well, that's my report.
Well, you'll have to deal with that, the court that you're assigned to. That's not what we do here. So, so if you post the bond, you will be released. Otherwise, you'll have court tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Okay? All right. Good luck to you.
Lopez,
Does it sound squelchy tonight or is it me?
Your Honor, did you see it on this new citation
On which one?
on King Run?
Let me go. He has so many. Let me go through the last one. It might be the last one. Well, I set them all for tomorrow, so I think we're okay. How many cases do you show for him?
I showed 9 total.
I think that's what we show as well. So I think we're good. The judge can give him some new dates tomorrow, but thank you. Sir, what's your name?
Enrique Lopez.
Mr. Lopez, you're here today. You have a warrant out of Green Valley Justice Court. Do you understand why you're here?
Yeah, it's for a failure of payments that I've been dealing with this for a long time.
Okay, I'm going to release you with the condition that you go to court in Green Valley on the 24th of October
Yes, sir.
and
I'll go tomorrow, as a matter of fact.
take care of this. And obviously, if it's because you're not making payments, well, you need to show up there and talk to them. I've been doing this for 40 years and I haven't met too many judges that if you went and talked to them, they wouldn't work with you about the payments. But if you ignore it,
Yes,
then it's a problem, okay? So
Yes, sir.
you'll be released. Good luck to you, okay?
Thank you.
Yeah, I didn't hand you Mr. King's file.
Oh,
No, I handed you something though, didn't I? What did I just hand you?
everybody's there, you can report it, right?
Hi, can I have your name?
Kyle.
Hi, Kyle. This is Judge Hazel. You have a couple different things going on. You have a warrant out of Marana Justice Court or Marana City Court, I'm sorry, that you failed to appear. On that particular charge, I'm going to release you and give you a new court date on November the 13th at the request of that judge, but you need to appear in that court at that time. So on your Marana case, you are being released. But you also have another case. Let's talk about that. You also have a warrant out of Pima County Justice Court. Do you understand that?
Yes.
What I'm going to do is appoint Carlos Benacourt to be your lawyer. I'm going to set a $200 bond and give you a new court date of tomorrow at 1 p.m. So you'll have court tomorrow at 1 p.m. to deal with this.
Could I be released maybe tomorrow?
Well, you'll have to talk to that judge, and depending on how it goes, obviously that would be the hope. So, but you'll have court tomorrow and you will have a lawyer, okay?
Okay.
All right, good luck to you.
Later.
Rivera? Sit down right here for me.
Hi, can I have your name?
Sergio Rivero, Judge.
Okay, you're here today because you have a warrant out of Nogales City Court. Do you understand why you're here today?
Yes, sir. I was got confused. I thought it was next Wednesday, and it was yesterday. I just got out of jail last Friday, this past Friday, and I was gonna. My sister's gonna take me to Nogales, but we thought it was next Wednesday, and it was yesterday.
Okay, well, I'm going to release you and give you a new court date of October the 30th. You need to go and get this straightened out in Nogales.
Yeah, I want to. Yeah.
I'm going to release you and give you a new court date of October the 30th at 9 a.m. But you need to call them and check
I'm gonna call them tomorrow.
and see what time they want you to go down there because you need to take care of this. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Judge.
All right. Good luck to you.
God bless you.
Ask you.
Hi, can I have your name?
Ask you, Lionel. Lionel, ask you.
Is that one of the Tucson cases? Hi, sir. I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today. You have new charges of disorderly conduct and assault. And another case that's pending in Tucson City Court. Do you understand why you're here today?
Yes, sir.
What I'm going to do is release you and give you a new court date of October the 29th at 1:30 p.m. in Tucson City Court. The conditions of release are no contact with any victims, don't return to the scene of the crime, commit no acts of domestic violence. Additionally, I'm going to conduct an arraignment in your case, indicating to you that you have a right to plead not guilty, require the state to prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt at a trial. At that trial, you have a right to be represented. You have a right to be represented by an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney and the state's seeking to put you in jail or give you a probation term with jail, you have a right to a court-appointed attorney. At that trial, your attorney would confront and cross-examine the witnesses who testify against you, present evidence on your own behalf, and compel others to appear for you. At all times, you'd have the right to remain silent, not incriminate yourself, and be presumed innocent. If convicted at trial, you have a right to appeal. You understand these rights?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good luck to you. You're going to be released, okay?
Thank you, sir.
Jacobson? Yes.
Everything else, like this?
Yep. What number is that? 102.
Hello,
Hi, can I have your name?
Jonathan Jacobson.
Sir, you're here today, as you have a probation violation out of Tucson City Court. Do you understand why you're here today?
No, I don't.
Well, the city attorney filed a probation violation. I believe they're thinking that you didn't complete your treatment.
No, Your Honor, I was in treatment as of yesterday. I was in treatment and I was pulled out of treatment to go to court today. And then however well my court went today, I was asking to go back to treatment because I still had a bed available at the ARC.
Okay.
I had entered the IOP program and was 50 days clean.
Okay. So are you in custody on something else then?
Well, yeah, yes, sir.
Okay.
I believe so.
All right. Well, I'm going to release you on this case. And if you're still in custody, you'll have a video review hearing. If you're out of custody, your new court date is going to be November the 5th. Your video review hearing would be October the 25th. And,
Oh, okay.
and the court will appoint a lawyer for you as necessary. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Everything else, please.
That's it.
Oh, yes.
These
strategies.
Also,
Hi, can I have your name?
Mark General still?
Is that the one you think it is?
Your Honor, who'd be the donate book it?
Yeah. So can you spell your first name for me?
MARK
Okay, and spell your last name?
TELLO.
Okay. All right, you're here today on charges of obstructing justice, failure to provide a truthful name. Do you understand why you're here today? I'm going to release you and give you a new court date of October the 15th at 9:30 a.m. in Tucson City Court. And I'm entering a not guilty plea on your behalf. I am going to arraign you and tell you that a not guilty plea has been. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And you have the following constitutional rights. You have the right to plead not guilty, require the state to prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt at a trial. That would be a trial to a judge. At that trial, you have a right to be represented by an attorney. If you can't afford an attorney, one would be appointed for you. At that trial, your attorney would confront and cross-examine the witnesses who testify against you, present evidence on your own behalf, and compel others to appear for you. If convicted at trial, you have a right to appeal. Otherwise, you have a right to post-conviction relief. Can I have your date of birth as well, please?
May 1st, 2006.
Thank you. All right, you're all set, and you're going to be released.
And I have a question too.
Yeah,
What was the court date again? I'm sorry, I forgot.
it's okay. We're going to give you paperwork that says that, but it's November the 15th at 9:30 in the morning.
Okay, and were the release date today?
Well, that's up to the jail, but usually yes. They try not to
Oh.
keep people there they don't want to, so. But they have
Okay.
to process everybody, but yeah. Okay. All right, good luck to you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Go ahead and go back with the minutes.
Hi, can I have your name, please?
Yes, Ahmed Salah.
You're here today because you have new charges of criminal damage, disorderly conduct, and assault. Do you understand why you're here today?
Yes, sir.
What I'm going to do is release you and give you a new court date of November the 19th.
Yes, sir.
The standard conditions of release will have no contact with any victims, don't return to the scene of the crime, do not commit any acts of domestic violence. And you'll get a copy of your court date. You are
Yes,
charged with misdemeanor. The range of penalty on misdemeanor is anywhere from no penalty up to 6 months in jail, 3 years probation, a $2,500 fine. Your constitutional rights include the right to plead not guilty, require the state to prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt at a trial. That would be a trial to a judge. At that trial, you have a right to be represented by an attorney. If you cannot afford one, one would be appointed for you. At that trial, your attorney would confront and cross-examine the witnesses who testify against you, present evidence on your own behalf, and compel others to appear for you. Again, if you're convicted at trial, you have a right to appeal. Otherwise, you have a right to post-conviction relief. Do you understand these constitutional rights?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, and you're going to be released. Just make sure you make your court dates, okay?
Yes, Judge, I have a question
Sure.
of what you said about don't return to the scene of the crime. It's my mom's house and my wife. She stays with her sister. Can I still go back to my mom's or would I have to stay at my sister's?
You need to stay at your sister's.
Okay, yes, Judge.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hi, can I have your name?
Armando Reyes.
Sir, you're here today because you have a warrant for your arrest for aggravated robbery and armed robbery. Do you understand why you're here today? Previously, the Superior Court set a bond in the amount of $7,500. Does the state have a position in this case?
Your Honor, we would basically be asking the court to affirm that $7,500 cash secured bond with pretrial services release if bond is posted. It looks like the defendant confirmed receiving the summons the same day as his hearing. But the problem I have with his lack of appearance is he went over a month without addressing the case, and based on his criminal history, he's fully aware of what happens when you don't show up to court or comply with your release conditions.
Okay.
And I would also note the offense involves a knife being utilized during the course of a theft at a grocery store.
Okay, thank you. Counsel for the defendant?
Thank you, Your Honor. We're actually asking that you give him a chance on pretrial services. As the state noted, he has never been arrested before on this incident. This is from July of this year, and he hasn't picked up anything new while this case has been pending. It looks like he does have priors, but the last one is from 2010 and his sentence ended in 2015. So he's been in the community for almost 10 years doing well. I think this is just a minor mishap. He's only scoring a 3 on the FTA and a 4 on the NCA scale. So we ask that you give him a chance to show up to his arraignment on pretrial services.
All right, thank you. I'm going to set this matter for arraignment on October the 24th at 1:30 p.m. in Superior Court. I am going to affirm or keep the bond at $7,500. That'll be cash or secured. I am appointing counsel to represent the defendant. Standard release conditions will apply, including no contact with any victims, don't return to the incident location, and if released, pretrial services. Sir, you'll have a court date next week. If you post the bond, make sure you make it. Otherwise, a new warrant will issue and you could lose your bond. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay, good luck to you.
I have a question. She's working with it. Why don't they do all the felonies together? Why do they do the misdemeanors in the middle and keep those four people on? Oh, so
I just feel bad for the attorneys.
Alexander, Odell.
Changing the order.
Hello.
Hey, Alexander.
Okay, hi, I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today because you have a warrant for your arrest out of Mississippi. Do you understand why you're here today?
Yes, sir.
Does counsel for the state have a recommendation? My intent is to hold them and set it to a no bond hearing as requested by the state of Mississippi.
Well, Your Honor, we would actually, it's an interim complaint regarding 2 warrants, one of which is parole. So per Arizona statute, he would be held without bond. The legal defender would be appointed, and we're just requesting a fugitive extradition review hearing be set in Superior Court.
Okay, and that's what I intend to do. Counsel for the defendant?
Your Honor, we're just asking that no bond hearing be held as soon as possible.
I'm going to set it for the 22nd. So we're going to give you a new court date. We're going to appoint legal defender to represent you. We're going to give you a new court date on the 22nd for a bond hearing, okay? And then the state of Mississippi will decide whether they wish to take you back there to face the charges that you have. There's a legal process involved in that where they contact the attorneys here and work on that, okay?
And Your Honor, it's set for an actual fugitive review hearing, not a no bond hearing, right?
The clerk is going to set it that way, yes.
Okay, understood, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you.
Odell.
Hello.
Push out away real quick.
I think he's gonna move the chair for you.
Sir, can I have your name?
Sean Adele.
Okay, you're here today because you have some warrants from your arrest out of Superior Court. Do you understand why you're here today? They
Yes.
allege aggravated domestic violence cases.
Yes, yes.
And then the other one involves burglary as well as aggravated domestic violence.
Yes, yes.
Does the state have a position on release in these cases?
Your Honor, what's the primary concern regarding this defendant? We're just basically to keep things simple as far as recommendations go, to impose the respective bonds, the 10,000 Superior Court warrant in the 1369 matter, and the $100,000 grand jury warrant in the 2372 matter. Basically, what the serious concern is the sheer volume, the nature of the charges, and when looking at his criminal history, he's also been on absconder status from his 2 DV fail to comply probations out of Marana since around the dates of allegations in the respective matters. So based on the criminal history, he's made it abundantly clear that he's not going to comply with court orders and continue to reoffend.
Okay, thank you. Counsel for the defendant?
Your Honor, I just need one moment.
Absolutely. Why does the one say Justice Court, but when both of these say Superior Court on these warrants? Yeah. I'll get out of it. Here, you can take it. So you can look at it.
Okay. Your Honor, so I don't believe those bond amounts are necessary in this case. He was never previously arrested on either of these offenses. They're from 2023 and 2022, so these are a long time ago. It doesn't look like he's picked up anything related to those. Since he does have housing and support with a friend, he also has a full-time job that he's working. So given those factors, Your Honor, we're asking, or if you are inclined for a bond, then a much lower bond than the ones offered by the state, no more than 20,000 on the 2372 case and 5,000 on the 1369.
Okay, thank you. What I'm going to do is firm the prior bond amounts that were issued by those judges. Set this matter for an arraignment on October the 24th at 1:30 p.m. with standard release conditions, including if bond is posted through to supervision through pretrial services, no contact with any victims, don't return to any incident locations, and appointing the public defender to represent you. That bond is cash or secured. So if you post that bond, you must appear in court. If you don't appear, a warrant could issue for your arrest, but your next court date will be the 24th, okay? Good luck to you.
And Your Honor, does he get seen by Marana themselves on the probation warrants?
I don't have that one right in front of me right now, so we're not seeing
Okay.
it. No.
Understood. Thank you, Your Honor.
If they book them on it, we will see them, and then sometimes Atlanta does, they will run people and then see if they're in custody and see them that way. All right, thank you to the attorneys. Do you have anything further?
That's all, Your Honor. Thank you. Good night.
Everybody have a good evening.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You too.
10.